Welcome back to our Johto and now Kanto adventures in Pokemon Crystal walkthrough. I'm your host, DeoGenZ, and I just have to itemify my Pokemon a tad before we continue onwards. That should be good. Remember, Eevee is the one that I'm mainly trying to train. That's why it's wonderful that it's dark, because I can get the evolution Umbreon when its happiness is maxed out. So I'm going to be trying to lead with it, but I don't want it to die, because inversely, your Pokemon will lose happiness ratings with you if you let them faint. So I can't let Eevee faint. And Eevee's still got to win and level up, and for Pete's sake, it's at level 39. I think it's one of my highest leveled Pokemon, but it's one of the weakest because of its lacking evolution form. Man, imagine if I still continued on with what I tried to do in the beginning of this walkthrough, which was don't evolve any member of my team. Mr. Poof would still be a Hoppip. My Typhlosion would be a Cyndaquil. We would not be able to get anywhere. Charbok would be Ekans still. That would probably be my most powerful hitter, with poison potential. Oh, it would be awful. Good thing we dropped that. But we're going to need Eevee to drop this Eevee form and go into Umbreon. I tell you, the next game is going to be interesting. The next Pokemon game coming out with Nobunaga's Ambition. I know it's not the main RPG series, but they said that they're going to enable all of Eevee's evolutions. So in a real-time strategy game, you'll be able to evolve, hopefully better than in Mystery Dungeon, where you had to wait till kinda the end of the game, the post-adventure, before you could evolve your Pokemon. I thought that was kinda strange, and not necessary. But Nobunaga's Ambition, man, that's going to have all Eevee forms available from the onset. I've never tried an alternate Pokemon game with a Leafeon or Glaceon. It'd be cool if somebody made a hack of that in Crystal Graphics and just programmed in its alternate forms. Maybe use some item, transform it into what's necessary to evolve Eevee into that altered form. I know Seaking can be deadly. They may be looking like stupid goldfish on the outside, somewhat like giant koi, but their Fury attack you don't really have to worry about. It's their Mega Horns and Horn attacks that will do a one-hit KO. I don't know if it's Mega Horn that is the move, but that powerful horn on their face. It will just be a lightning rod for us. No, but if you get that to your face, your Pokemon could potentially faint in one hit. And that's not the goal with Eevee. Give it the EXP, give it the experience, and maybe a little bit of happiness from seeing some action. But other than that, keep it safe. Kind of interesting how you gain happiness with your Pokemon by battling with it. Makes me think of the perpetuating theme in so many anime and video games, for that matter, that there has to be some epic fight to go through. I mean, even if you think about it, the role-playing game of Pokemon is all about that. You're essentially a Ronin, like a samurai, going out on a solo quest with your team of elemental fighters. Yeah, if I had an Umbreon, you'd be no problem. You still won't be much for me. We'll practice the dark arts early. Bite! Super effective, but not critical. But where was I going with that? Ah, yes, the theme of battles. Got lost in the bite, but the theme of battles is ubiquitous in so many video games. You know, we have to go throughout, beat all the gym leaders, all the essentially region owner areas, which is kind of going to be interesting to see how Nobunaga's Ambition plays out with that theme even heightened, where you're just going to face a part of a Japanese region leader and his array of Pokemon. You know, they're taking that into a more literal stance with the RTS, Nobunaga's Ambition. But it's been throughout so many games, so many anime. What do we learn throughout battle? How do we become better? And battle is a strengthening factor, obviously. It makes your body better if you are to do it physically. hones your mind as you try to predict your opponent. You gotta wonder how much of our evolution has been due to battles. You know, a lot of people would say that language was something that pushed us further in going forth with technology and designing huge infrastructure plans to support large populations like we have today. People would say that's language, but I would also like to wonder how much of that has been pure battles, showing of strength, just pure might that somebody has willed upon others. How much of it has been that? I know it's been a great deal. Battles are engraved in all of our culture, and it's essentially how we got to the United States, if you're from that place. It was a series of battles, of proving yourself. And I guess I got battles on the mind because I've been re-watching Yu Yu Hakusho, and that series is all about Yusuke the Spirit Detective honing himself through many battles and learning new techniques to take on tougher foes. And that's what we're doing in this saga ourselves, as we go throughout Johto and then very soon Kanto. I mean, we already are technically in the tip of Kanto. But come on guys, they wouldn't tease an entire other region map without expecting you to explore it, which is what we'll be doing. Blastoise! That is a crazy sprite. I remember first time going throughout this entire area, losing my mind because I had never seen such fully evolved Pokemon. We already faced a Venusaur back at the cave entrance, or really cave exit if you think about it. Entrance to this route. Now we're fighting Blastoise. Where's the Charizard gonna be? That's what I want to know. And its bite is even worse than its cannons. But we curse at you! Thankfully, bite is a physical move, I know that for a fact. Come on, you gotta be flinching. Nonsense! Unleash the confusion! But that's the interesting thing with battles in Pokemon, at least in the role-playing game sense, even on the 3D versions where animation is more swift. There's not really a whole lot of dodging you can do. I mean, yeah, you can get flinches and you can get kind of critical hits if you hit especially well, but you never really see that throughout the series. The only place that you get to witness that is the anime, and I guess that's because they have a chance to just focus on the animation. And with a come-from-behind victory, Prince Dozo kicks Blastoise's ass. Who's the better water type? I think it's clear. Prince Dozo's shell is superior, minus the cannons, but still superior. Now there's something cool down here that you might want to pause the video or grab a pen and paper for, however you want to go, because this house belongs to the item givers of the Johto region. Let's read it. To my brothers and sisters, we take pride in serving Pokemon trainers. When trainers talk to you, give them something useful. Love, Monica, from Monday. Yes, we'll keep reading. Monica is on Route 40 on Monday. Tuscany is Route 29 on Tuesday, so I guess I thought he was the one in Blackthorn. He's really not. He's on Route 29 Tuesday. Weasley on Wednesdays at the Lake of Rage. Thursday is Arthur on Route 36. And Frida is Friday on Route 32. That's behind the Pokemon Center. Okay, it was Santos in Blackthorn City that I saw on Saturday. And on Sunday, there is Sunny for Route 37. So, rewind the video, do what you have to do, but those are the location of the item givers. I don't know what happens if you collect every single one of their items. I've never personally done it, but now you can do it in your own version of your game. I may go back eventually and do it, but I don't know if they ever get back to the house saying, hey, we gave out all of our items, what are we going to do? Or if they'll give you a different item, haha. I don't think so. Pretty sure they just give you one item on the day that you find them, and that's it. But if you try it in your own game, maybe you mess around with the clock somewhat, Tell me how it works out. This shack right here is very significant for us because we don't have to keep going back to the Johto region in order to heal up. And that helps because we're not at the Pokemon Elite Four building yet. No, we haven't even traveled down Victory Road yet. This was just the routes leading up to, and we're still not done. So many battles to be had. But imagine a game in which you control your Pokemon more succinctly like in the anime. Maybe it would work out in a 3D version of the game. That would be interesting. Using microphone voice controls, using the gyro sensors of the 3DS. It could be done, and since Pokemon is mainly a portable game, it would make it an all-expansive experience in your hand like it always has been, but in 3D. And using these gyro sensors, voice sensors, and even camera if you really want to get crazy with yourself and face tracking and light. I don't know if you could do that with the 3DS, but it's possible. You'd be able to command your Pokemon to do certain dodges. Like they'd have ways to escape, jump up, swerve to the side. It would be dependent on the Pokemon's body type, like Victory Bell wouldn't be great at jumping up in the air with not many legs to assist it. I guess it could spring up on that vine that it's sitting on in this sprite form, but really it would be something better for Eevee to do because he's got 4 legs. But Victory Bell, all he can do is sit around like a giant plant and faint. So it wouldn't be so good to dodge, but maybe you could do something like a vine whip to spread out someone's razor leaf or something like that. Make it more of a challenge. Make it so you have to find combinations of Pokemon and ways that you can deflect others' attacks and dodge faster by training with your Pokemon in order to do it. And that would add a different sense of strategy to the game. Because you're now not just thinking about the numbers, you're not just thinking about the level, the EV values, the stats, and you should have been dead. But you're also thinking about how quick can your reaction time be in tandem with your Pokemon that you've specifically chosen in order to do some kind of dodge. Like it has an ability, it would have different dodge values. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments below if you think that would be an interesting way to play Pokemon. I think it would be a cool way to evolve the series. After all, Pokemon is something that throughout generations has evolved, although it's been staying true to its RPG core. We could take that core to a different level. I mean, you just want to think about how much wireless in itself expanded the franchise. Imagine something that revolutionizes what people see and how they interact with their Pokemon on a daily basis with their 3DS in their pocket at all times. Of course, it could have Spot Pass and Street Pass and all that good stuff too. Yeah, we get thumbs up. Life is even tougher. Alright, we'll keep that in mind. It's a good thing you're not Life, because you're pretty much weak sauce. And life has many battles. That is the theme for this particular episode. Many battles that better evolve Eevee soon. I am really getting impatient with my Eevee here. If we're going to have to jump into a battle montage before we get to the Elite Four, so be it. But I'm going to wait until the very last moment to see. Because who knows, maybe it will evolve in the cave. Parasect, Parasect, Parasect. A giant walking Amanita muscaria mushroom. That's crazy. With claws. It's like a hermit crab mushroom. So many crab and shell type Pokemon on this route. Got my Slowbro, who is apparently a hermit crab of some monstrous sort. I don't know, it's the Godzilla of hermit crabs. The soft part in the shell has morphed outwards into some kind of outrageous Pokemon. That's Slowbro. Blastoise, giant tortoise with cannons in its shell. Never want to pick that thing up in a swamp. Blast it out. It'd be like Team Rocket. Oh, come on, Eevee. You're so strong at this point. You're hogging up all the experience points. You better evolve. A Golduck. Let's see what this Golduck got. I know what it's got. A weakness to my Shadow Ball. So let's see if we can knock it out in one hit. Ah! Not a weakness to the Shadow Ball. Was Golduck only water in Crystal? It looks specifically watery here. Even its beak is blue. But I won't let Eevee die. If it takes a couple of Shadow Balls, so be it. Above all, let your friends live. If you want them to evolve. That's the policy. Damn, I was hoping we could get some flinch on this Golduck. But he sticks to the weaker Fury swipes. We'd probably have to worry more if he spammed Confusion, because then we have the opportunity to be confused and then hurt ourselves. That ends up being more disastrous than anything. Yep, it's a good thing the trainers on this route are not the stuff of the Elite Four. They're just some good training posts for any last-minute leveling up that you have to do. Of course, you probably shouldn't be as reckless as I am right now, wasting all of your leveling up potential on one Pokemon, but I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be doing a battle montage anyway, because the rest of my team is not quite up to the level I want for the Elite Four. But I'll include it in another episode. Of course, I want you to see plainly how I play this game. And I'll make it as interesting as possible, as interesting as battling numerous wild Pokemon can be. I lost to a trainer named Silver. He was really strong, but it was as if he had had to absolutely win at all costs. Fuck that up. Felt sorry for his Pokemon. Yeah, well, my Eevee just has to stay alive at all costs. And you with your one Pokemon, you know, that's... Last time we faced Silver, he had, I think, 6, if not 5. Definitely 5. Probably 6. And your one Pokemon's just not going to be enough. Oh, agility. Wow, Rapidash can run really fast. But he can't outrun my balls of shadowy badness. Just make Eevee evolve. That's all I'm asking. You know, I faintly remember reading a manga of Pokemon, which Team Rocket was trying to get an Eevee to evolve forcibly. And it was doing it so through stones. I don't think that it was trying to... I don't think even Umbreon and Espeon existed at that point. Nobody knew about that mysterious Eevee form, unless you were in the Johto region, but at that time it was only Kanto. So Team Rocket was messing with this Eevee's genetics to get it to have like a triplet evolution where it would evolve all at once, or have the potential to use water, electric, and fire in just one form. But Ash took it on, defeated it, and I think restored it. Or gave it to Bill. One or the other. I want to run, get some healing, because before we go on to the next stage of the game, we want to make sure all of our power points are set, our health is maximum, and we can keep at it!